well, it's time to go to work. What's up, everybody? I'm Music Man, and welcome back to Music Man's Ride. So today, or at least today by the time the video comes out, it was June 20th, 2022, which is the annual Ride to Work Day. And it just so happens I like to ride to work. So today we're going to talk a little bit about commuting on a motorcycle, what that means, and a little bit about the idea of Ride to Work Day. So for those of you that don't know, or I guess you probably wouldn't know unless I told you, I ride my motorcycle to work about every chance I get. Basically, as long as the weather's over 60 degrees and dry, I'm riding to work. Which, oddly enough, has came in real handy since gas prices have been, shooting through the roof here lately. It's really helped with that. Now, as far as on the economic side, my truck gets about 20 miles per gallon if I'm lucky. And my Street Glide here, we're doing about 40 is about average for fuel economy. So it's cheaper for me to ride the bike to work. Now, I'm not going to say that motorcycles are the more economical choice, just overall, because you are going to have several things that can impact that choice. Everything from the type of bike to how long the commute is to what it's going to cost you for maintenance and upkeep on the motorcycle, those kind of things. Now, if you want to figure in, the routine maintenance being about $500 every 5,000 miles on a Harley-Davidson, as far as if you take it to the shop to get it done. If you're talking about that, oil changes are expensive. Motorcycles go through tires faster. Depending on what type of bike you have other wearable components. The belt on my bike is supposed to last forever as far as the drive belt. But if you've got a chain-driven bike, that chain's not going to last forever. Yeah, chain maintenance you're going to have to do. And all that stuff kind of adds up after a while. So motorcycles aren't necessarily the most economical choice. However, if you already have one and you already ride it, riding it to work is gonna impact you on the positive side economically. Because you're already going to be paying out for everything else. Why not spend less on fuel to go to work, So as far as the type of bike you ride and your commute, a couple things are going to impact how you do that for sure. I ride a Street Glide, so I've got extra storage on the back in my saddlebags. So if I need to throw equipment for work in them, I can. If I need to throw extra clothes in there, or wet weather gear, that kind of thing, I've got the space to do it. So I can be a little more prepared for my ride than, say, somebody on a super sport that has to carry a backpack if they need work equipment. So the type of bike you ride is going to play a big impact on your ability to commute to work based on what kind of job you do. Obviously, you're not going to want to commute if you have a work vehicle. you know, definitely take it. I figured today would be a great day to talk to you guys about this stuff, being that, you know, it is the annual Ride to Work Day. Today's the 31st annual. Kind of cool event. I had heard some tale of it in passing just over the years, but I actually just seen it pop up across my Facebook feed last night. So I just thought it was a cool time to come out and talk to you guys about commuting to work on a motorcycle. So one of the goals of this Ride to Work Day is going to be to demonstrate to the general public the sheer number of motorcycles that are out there, and also to the politicians. You know, those guys are the ones that, you know, make the laws governing motorcycles, and a lot of times if you don't see them on the road for a big chunk of the year, you kind of forget we're here. Another goal of the Ride to Work is to show that motorcyclists come from all occupations, all walks of life, and there are about as many varied types of motorcycles as there are types of people that ride them. Motorcycling is an incredibly diverse community, and that's one of the coolest things about it. Is it doesn't matter what part of the motorcycling community you're a part of, whether you ride a cruiser, touring bike, dual sport, ADV. I mean, there's just so many different types of motorcycles out there. There's one that's going to fit you, and there's one that's going to, you know, fit your style. But the best part about it is, as many different types as there are, motorcycling itself is just kind of like a big brotherhood, you know? I mean, not necessarily the type of family you would, you know, lend money to, but yeah, everybody kind of recognizes everybody else. You know, it's cool. One of the best ways for me to explain that, for somebody to understand if you're not a motorcyclist, is if you've ever seen two motorcyclists pass each other in traffic, you'll see them do a two-finger down wave just like that. And what that means is, hey man, keep the rubber side down, keep two wheels down, you know. And it's something that across the board our motorcyclists do it. We're kind of unique in that fashion as compared to, you know, car drivers that are out on the road. It's not such a big deal out here where I'm at, but another goal of this Ride to Work is to show that motorcyclists can reduce the amount of traffic overall on the road. And I get it, I know what you're thinking. It's a one-for-one swap, you know, car for a motorcycle. And you'd be right. You'd be right. But in the grand scheme of things, we are much smaller, and you can fit more of us in a smaller area. And generally, when motorcyclists are riding together, you're going to see them riding, you know, fairly close to each other in groups. And for us, that's considered to be a lot safer. And the reason why is just because other cars on the road are more likely to see you if there's a pack of 3 or 4 of you riding together versus just a single bike. Due to the effect of inattentional blindness, vehicle drivers are looking for something car-sized in the road. If that's not there, they don't see it. And with a motorcyclist, that's why they just don't see us a lot of times. They're not looking for something that's our size, so they just don't see it. But when you put a pack of 3 or 4 motorcycles together, you become obviously much larger than a car, and you get seen. And the last goal that they've got listed on their website for this Ride to Work is to show that motorcycles are also there for transportation and not just recreation. I mean, I get it. I absolutely love to ride my bike. But this is also I mean, since I already have one, it's a cheaper method of transportation for me than it would be to drive my truck. Motorcycles are more nimble in traffic. We get around a lot easier, a lot faster. As far as the commute and the back and forth to work process, this is a much better option if I'm just going to work than it would be just to drive my truck. That's a perfect example. The small size and nimbleness of a motorcycle. I mean, I don't necessarily have to wait for somebody to turn. You know, if they're pulled halfway out of the lane, there's plenty of room to the side for me to go. You know, I need a smaller gap in traffic to be able to pass cars and move up. Lane splitting's not legal here in Oklahoma, but you know, if I only have a car's length between, say, this car here and my current position, that's plenty of room for me to get through on a bike safely. Whereas if I was in a car, that's just not enough. You need at least, at a minimum, of 2 car lengths just to be safe. Anyway, guys, I'm almost to work. I'm gonna stop up in here at the gas station for a minute, grab me a quick bite to eat for lunch, and get to work. So I hope you guys got a chance to ride to work today. Get out there, show the general public that motorcycles aren't just for going out and having a good time on the weekends. Show the rest of the United States what the rest of the world already knows. And that would be that motorcycles are a great way to get around, back and forth to work, just general running life errands. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna run in here and grab me something to drink, something to eat real quick for lunch, and then I gotta get to work. I'll see y'all out on the next ride.